Hello everyone, in today's video we are talking about HTML block level elements and inline elements. These are two little elements or concept which can throw you off a little, so I think I will dedicate this video to these two concepts only. So let's get started. And to get started, let's start with HTML block level element. So what block level element is a block level element is an element which will take up all the spaces or all the width, let me say all the available width for that particular element. Okay, so you can see here is that h1 is a block level element. Okay, so I haven't talked about h1 being a block level element, but I will introduce what kind of tag are block level and inline level. But for starters, h1 is a block level element, which means even though there is plenty of space on these elements right side, it will push next element to the bottom. Okay, to the new line, not bottom, to the new line. So even though you have plenty of space here, h1 will push the next HTML content to a new line, and similar is the case with paragraph. Okay, if I open up another paragraph and I save it here, you can see that this paragraph has space here and it could be used, but paragraph tag being a block level element will always push the coming content to new line and will take up everything which is allocated to it. Okay, so this is what we call the block level element. So HTML has few block level and few inline elements. We'll talk about inline elements in few minutes, but for now let's talk about block level element. And some very important block level element that you should know is here, and I will list it here. So the first one, or the first block level element, is form. We haven't talked about forms yet, but form tag is a block level element. Okay, so it will take up whole space. And another very important block level element is h1 to h6 tags. Okay, these are all block level element. It will take whole space. Very important, please remember that. And table is obviously a block level element. We have looked at this table in previous video. Okay, and the unordered list, which we are actually writing now, is again a block level element, and ordered list is also a block level element. There are so many other block level elements which you might want to research on, but the ones I have listed here are the ones we will use most frequently. Again, let me repeat this, there are many other block level elements and these are not the only ones. I hope you got my point about block level element. And these are element, even if they have space on the right, they will not allow the coming elements to go up there. Okay, they will take the whole space, push the coming element to a new line. So if I add some content here, it will go to another line, and you can see that this list has plenty of space here. Okay, this text could have easily been gone up here and straight out there, nice and easy, but HTML block level element won't allow that. You can change that in CSS, but again, that's totally different thing. We will learn about that in our CSS 101 course, which I'm planning to build very soon. So yeah, that's it. The next thing I want to do is talk about the HTML inline elements. So inline element is kind of opposite to block level element, if you can tell it like that. The inline element, however, will allow you to add more content, and it will take up space, as much space as it is necessary or required for that particular element. Let me give you an example of this one. I have a paragraph which is a block level element. So let me generate a dummy text here, and let's say I want to give this element a link, okay, an anchor tag, and let's give it an anchor tag. And anchor tag, by the way, is inline element. Let's make it go to nowhere for now. You can use hash, and you can see that I have this little element here, the anchor tag, and it's not taking up whole space. It is nicely sitting in between this text and this text, and it is not pushing the remaining text to new line, or the link will take up only the width that it has, that it needs. So if you actually add some more content here inside that, you'll see that the link will expand, but it will take up only as much as it is required. So that's the difference between block level and inline level. I hope you are getting my point here. So some of the common inline element includes anchor tag, as we have already seen. Another example of block level element is input. Again, we will come to input tag later on, but for now let's just list this one here. And we have small tag, which we have seen earlier, and it is inline element. Okay, so another thing is the image tag. Image tag is actually an inline element. I will give an example of that very soon, and I think these are the most commonly used inline element. But again, these are not the only, there are many other inline HTML elements, so please do your research about that. So let me demonstrate or explain this with one more example. Let me open up a paragraph tag, and let me generate a dummy text here, and I will go to this pixel here and grab a image. Okay, so let's grab this image, and let's come here. Let's open up our image tag right in the beginning of paragraph tag. We have source here and our text, let's say img. Okay, let's come to our page, and you can see that the image is kind of sitting on the beginning of this paragraph, and you can see that this text is actually starting just after the end of that particular image. Okay, so the text is not going into a new line, it's just starting from where that image is. And with some few CSS tricks, what you can do is push this little text right up here, leave some space around here and make that nice layout where you have image on the left and your text or reading text on the right, and you can obviously do that. So yeah, that's it. Thank you and have a nice time. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.